Welcome to Living Healthy and Aging Well. My name is Ken Haglind, and we are broadcasting live from the AM 950 radio station that overlooks beautiful Bryant Lake Regional Park, located in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. I am so grateful to be here with you today, and I hope all of you listening are doing well. We are on the air every Saturday from noon to 1 to talk about your health and your life. We cover a wide range of topics to help you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. I want to thank all of you that leave us messages on our radio show phone line. We appreciate hearing from you, and we welcome your questions, comments, and topics for future shows. Also, if you are interested in being a guest on our radio show, please call us or text us anytime at our radio show phone number, which is 612-999-3426. We look forward to hearing from you. We are adding new listeners to the show each week, not only here in the Twin Cities of Minnesota, but also throughout the country. You can find podcasts for all of our shows on the AM 950 radio website, and we can also be found on Apple iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and many other streaming services. We have another great show for you today. Joining me in a few minutes is Terry Eggan, Senior Real Estate Specialist, and his wife, Nancy Vest. And we will be talking about their passion for helping seniors and their families who are considering a housing transition or downsizing and helping to navigate the maze of senior services available. They will be answering several questions you need to know before you make your next move, such as, if you're considering a move, what do you do first? What living options are available to mature adults, and what are the costs? What improvements are needed to sell your home in today's real estate market? The truth about most of the quick cash buyers you see advertised on TV. Also, are reverse mortgages really safe or just a scam, and who can apply? And last, why working with a senior real estate specialist is so important. You will enjoy my conversation today with Terry Eggan and Nancy Vest. Before we talk to them, though, I want to mention we received several phone calls about our show last week with Harvey Pearl. Remember, he's the principal of Pearl & Company, a St. Paul, Minnesota-based insurance agency, and he's a licensed agent in life, health, accident, and travel. Now, Harvey is also certified in 9 brands and carriers of Medicare insurers. Now, recall, Harvey talked about planning ahead for Medicare in advance of age 65. We also discussed the ABCs of Medicare and how it is structured, and the importance of participating in reviewing your health insurance situation with a licensed agent during the annual Medicare enrollment period that begins October 15th and ends December 7th for current Medicare clients. As you know, Medicare is a complex system with a lot of moving parts, so having someone who can advocate for you to make certain that your doctors and medications you need are from an in-network provider to help keep your expenses as low as possible. Health insurance should not be left up to chance. You don't want to wing it. Throwing a dart and hoping for the best is risky. So don't just respond to a flyer in the mail or listen to a famous sports star or celebrity on TV or some other marketing effort. Listen, you got to find someone who's going to be there for you. It takes a little bit of planning and strategizing, and that's where Pearl & Company can guide you through the process. For more information, visit Pearls of Wisdom, and Pearls is spelled P-E-R-L-E-S, of wisdom.com, or call Harvey at 651-303-8889, or listen to our podcast recording of my conversation with Harvey on AM 950 radio website or your favorite streaming service. I also want to thank Sun Media and Adams Publishing Group, along with Lori Leesky, for hosting the Our Life Expo in Apple Valley, Minnesota this last month. I was there exhibiting with my team. We had a great time and met many wonderful people. The Our Life event is a valuable resource for seniors and the children of aging parents to learn about the businesses and services that are available to you and your loved ones. Each event includes several short seminars on a variety of topics, free screenings, and usually over 50 business information booths and opportunities to win some great prizes. So for those of you that missed the September event, there's another one coming up on October 14th in Bloomington at the Courtyard by Marriott. For more information, visit ourlifemn.com. That's spelled OURLIFEMN.com. Or you can call Lori Leesky. She's at 952-846-2016. All right, folks, you have 2 ways to get your questions answered today, and I know many of you do. because I hear these same questions that we're going to answer today from you, from people that talk to me all week long. So this is your chance. Get your questions answered. First, you can ask your question live on the air by calling AM 950 radio station, and our friendly show engineer here, Patrick, will get your call on the air. To reach us on the air, it's 952-946-6205. Once again, 952-946-6205. Or you can always text us your questions, 612-999-3426. All right. I'm excited about this. I'm looking forward to our conversation today with Terry Eggan, Senior Real Estate Specialist, and his wife, Nancy Vest. Welcome to the show, Terry and Nancy.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
This is going to be great. As I said earlier, I have a great team of social workers in our practice, and they do amazing work helping navigate people through all the questions of elder care. And we could have a show. Well, I basically do have a show. That's why I created the show 4 years ago, is that we have so many questions that come up. Wow, here we are in the world of information, right?
That's right.
Information world. We have everything at our fingertips, on our phone and our computers, and yet people are literally dumbfounded. They just have no idea what to do. So today we're going to start talking about those here, and we're going to have a great time doing that. We've got a few minutes in the first segment. Let's begin with your backgrounds, because my audience loves to know, who are we talking to today? Get some backgrounds. And also I want to know then, what inspired you to be so passionate about helping other adult children and seniors in their path here, in their journey? So who do you want to start with? Terry?
Okay, I'll jump in.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, my background is I grew up in a home building family. My father was a home builder, and he actually had me at 7 years old straightening out bent nails around foundations. So after working for him, I became a home builder, and I was a home builder for about 20 years, and I found out that I liked the people side of working the business rather than the construction side. So 25 years ago, I just transitioned strictly to real estate. And I guess my wife's always saying that I have a hands-on PhD in housing, which I guess I can't dispute that. And then there's Nancy.
Well, first of all, I wanted to say that I met Terry when I was in 7th grade, and he was in 8th grade. So we've known each other a really long time.
We've been married 46 years, so we've had a long time to get things right.
So we work together well, yes.
Right.
And my background, I have a social work degree. I started out in social services way back and started working with seniors. That was my interest way back then. So now what I do is mostly the marketing and outreach, but I'm also staying connected to that trusted list of resources of people who are providing senior services, so we know who to refer to our clients if they need it. And that can be a pack and move service just for seniors. It can be legal. It can be counseling if somebody is needing that kind of emotional support. It can be a wide range of services, but I make a concerted effort to stay on top of what's out there, what's new, and to develop relationships with people that we can trust to refer to others.
Yeah, and it's changing all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's very difficult to start fresh with that. I mean, you really need some help, some services, or someone that has the kind of an overall perspective of what's going on.
And it also helps, I found, is talking to people you can trust, people who know the area. It's
right.
I tell you, I've had shows on senior scams. It is. Well, it's just sickening just how people are taking advantage of our seniors.
It is.
And so, again, that's where having people who've, live here, work here, been around for years, talking to them like you guys or in my medical practice, they just know, okay, this is what you do. This is, you have a passion for it, and I know I can trust the things that you're telling me. And that's really tough in these days because you just get inundated with commercials and TVs, and I mean, there's just so much misinformation out there.
My neighbor just yesterday got a call saying his grandson was in jail and he needed $30,000. That's one of those scams.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Luckily, she was wise enough to stop that,
but they can take advantage of our seniors, and unfortunately, the epidemic of our seniors is dementia. So there's in all different forms and different levels. And it's important that people partner up with people who've dedicated their lives to their practice and their profession.
And seniors trust people,
They do.
There must more trust, almost overdo the trust part, so they got to be careful.
Yeah, they do. And that's where the kids' job these days, adult children, is really tough. You're trying to, the dynamics there, as I know you guys know, it can be really tough. And sometimes it helps to have a third party come in to just help broker some of the conversations and add another source of information as well.
Yeah.
Well, the music is cueing us out here. We're going to take a quick break. All right, folks, we'll be back to continue our conversation with Terry Eggan, Senior Real Estate Specialist, and his wife, Nancy Vest. They will be talking about their passion for helping seniors and their families who want to transition or downsize, and also helping navigate the maze of senior services available. They'll be answering a lot of questions here, so if you have a question for them, please give us a call, 952-946-6205. Or you can text us at 612-999-3426. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well. I'm Ken Haglind. We'll be right back.
Overwhelmed trying to make sense of Medicare? As a licensed advisor, I can help you determine your healthcare needs and evaluate your options. I'm Harvey Pearl of Pearl & Company, and I want you to have the peace of mind knowing you have the best coverage available. You deserve an advocate you can trust and coverage you can rely on. And there's no fee, ever. Annual enrollment is October 15th through December 7th. Call me now at 651-303-8889 so we can strategize together.
SeniorCommunities.guide is your free online website to find housing, care, and resources for seniors in Minnesota. Use the powerful, award-winning search tool to quickly improve your search. You will have all the information you need to contact providers directly without any hassle. Start your search now at SeniorCommunities.guide and follow us on Facebook for interesting articles, helpful advice, and how older adults are changing the world.
SeniorCommunities.guide. Join Quorum as they celebrate their 28th annual National Coming Out Day Luncheon, presented by U.S. Bank. This inspirational and transformational luncheon gives voice to the power of living openly, honestly, and with authenticity at work, in our families, in our faith communities, and across our lives. The realities of living an authentic life are deeper than coming out. We all have many layers of identity, and we must work together to create a world where people can bring their whole self to everything they do. The National Coming Out Day Luncheon serves as a celebration of who we are individually and together. Reserve your tickets today for Friday, October 8th. The National Coming Out Day Luncheon will be at Target Field, 1 Twins Way in Minneapolis. The Marketplace Expo opens at 10 a.m. and the luncheon will begin at 11:45. Tickets are available to members for $50 or non-members for $60. Learn more and purchase your tickets at TwinCitiesQuorum.com. That's TwinCities, QUORUM.com.
You can't go through a day without hearing about healthcare reform. St. Paul Corner Drug is here to help you navigate the ever-changing healthcare landscape. We are your advocate in getting much-needed prescription medication covered under your insurance plan. Need to choose a different plan? There is no reason to feel like you are drowning in the system. St. Paul Corner Drug can make simple work out of finding you a plan that best suits your needs. You can rest assured at St. Paul Corner Drug, pharmacy the way it should be.
Are your remote workers putting your company at risk? Not sure what steps to take to secure your data? Hi, Mark Sommerfeld from Rymark. The Rymark team is guiding our clients through these difficult times. In fact, demand has been so high, we created an easy-to-follow guide with the 5 steps to securely work from home. It's yours free. Download our 5 steps to securely work from home now at rymarkit.com or call 651-328-8900 for a no-cost how-to discussion.
folks. Welcome back. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about ways to improve your health and your quality of life. My name is Ken Haglind, and joining me today in the main studio here at AM 950 is Terry Eggan, Senior Real Estate Specialist, along with his wife, Nancy Vest. And they are a great partnership here in helping you guys navigate through transitions of housing and all kinds of elder care services. So we are talking about their passion for helping seniors and their families, and whether it's transition or downsize, but helping you navigate all the processes involved in making those moves. So if you have any questions for us, give us a call, 952-946-6205, or you can text us at 612-999-3426. All right, I want to mention this radio program is brought to you in part each week by the amazing team at Minnesota Hospice. Minnesota Hospice is an independent, locally owned medical practice serving our Twin Cities communities with innovative and comprehensive end-of-life health care. The team at Minnesota Hospice has been helping patients and family members with award-winning end-of-life healthcare services. Please do not wait to learn how hospice care can benefit you or your loved ones. Hospice brings compassionate medical, social, and spiritual services to your home with no cost to you or your family. If you have any questions regarding end-of-life care or support, please contact the caring team of experts at Minnesota Hospice. They are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The phone number is 952-898-1022. Once again, 952-898-1022, or visit them online at minnesotahospice.com. Also, folks, if you want to eliminate allergens, mold, bacteria, viruses such as influenza or COVID-19 from your home or business, call the Minnesota Health Institute, 952-270-0345. For more information or to schedule a free demonstration of their air purification system, it's the one that I use in my home and in my business to keep my family and coworkers safe. The Aeris filtration and air system uses exclusive technology developed by NASA to keep the astronauts safe while they're in space. This technology is called Active Pure and is now available for home and business use. It removes harmful pathogens such as COVID-19 and influenza by continuously disinfecting both the air and surfaces 24 hours a day. Don't wait to get the peace of mind of having this amazing technology in your home or business. When you call them, mention you heard it on my radio show, and they will give you $100 off your purchase. So give them a call, 952-270-0345, about a free demonstration, and you will not be sorry. This has been amazing. In fact, I had a gentleman call me the other day who uses this in his bedroom because he has such allergies. And he said, not only did it take my allergies away, but because I slept so well, I didn't get up with a backache anymore. So the air filtering, air purification system helped his back. So anyway, folks, any question about that, just give them a call, 952-270-0345. It's the one that I use in my home and my business. All right, Terry, I want to learn, well, first of all, if people have questions for you guys, how do they get a hold of you guys? What's the best way to get...
You know, they can call if they'd like to, 612-386-9309. Or they can go online and visit terryeggan.com, and that has our phone numbers and also more information about us and a variety of articles and things. So, but the contact information is there as well. So terryeggan.com is a good way to get connected.
Yeah, and that's spelled TerryEggan. So there's two G's, terryeggan.com, and it's a great website.
Eggan if you're Norwegian.
That's right. That's right. For all the Scandinavians out here. A great picture of you and great picture of some photos, and that's wonderful.
Thanks.
All right. I want to make sure we get this story to our listeners about the inspiration that you went through. Because there's nothing like actually doing something to learn a lot.
Oh, yeah, that's where you get your education.
That's right. The PhD.
Yeah. Well, mine probably started 38 years ago. I had been out of state, and when I came back, my father asked me if I wanted to go fishing with him and his four buddies, who all these guys were 30, 35 years older than me. And I wasn't sure, so I asked a friend of mine to go with, and he said yes, so we went. And we had a great time, and we found out they were just wonderful, and those guys had those guys became dear friends later in life. And that I became the facilitator of that group. It's called Mixed Nuts. And we've had over 130 members in 38 years. And we have actually saved 2 seniors' lives over the years because they were with us and all the medical equipment we've had and everything. But that's where I saw the interaction and what the challenges that they had, growing older. And so I think my parents saw that. And so when Nancy and I were going to build our home, my mother said, "What would you think about putting an in-law apartment on there for us?" Mm-hmm. And luckily, my wife loved them, and they loved her, and we did that. And the secret was having their own facility. They didn't share anything with us. They had their own kitchen and all that stuff.
Their own entrance.
Yeah, everything. Mm-hmm. And so they lived with us for 16 years, and the first 4 years were. They were very joyful. Well, the whole 16 years were, but the first 4 years were pretty much carefree. But then all of a sudden, we started getting there, seeing the reality of what they were facing with their health. And we actually had the ambulance there 40 times in 16 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and that doesn't count doctor visits. But I was glad that we were there because I was right there to help them.
And they moved in healthy.
They did.
We were just blindsided by we were so immature to think that that's how it was going to be. And then suddenly, 4 years later, Terry was a primary caregiver in every sense of the word. So it was quite a shocking change. But it also showed us that we didn't know what we didn't know.
Well,
and we had so much to learn.
Yeah, you can see the struggles that people have these days now. Yeah. It's gotten more complicated. But yeah, we got about 30 seconds left here. Let's continue to learn more about that situation.
Yeah. So the main thing I learned about that I think everybody should strive for is be an advocate. Mm-hmm. They need to have an advocate, whether you believe that so or not. They got to have somebody because I'm sorry, but the senior market, the senior health industry still doesn't look the same at them as they do the younger people. Mm-hmm. And so being an advocate is really the key to getting good health care.
Yeah. And not only health care, but just everything in life.
Everything.
Now, did you become the POA for them as well? Or?
POA, and I was a PCA, and
right.
Personal care attendant.
No, I hear you. Yeah, you wear a lot of roles when taking care of a senior.
I handled financial, insurance, everything.
Yeah. All right, we'll talk more about that. It's time for a short break, folks. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Terry Eggan, senior real estate specialist, and his wife, Nancy Vest. They're talking about the passion they have for helping seniors and their families who want to transition or downsize and help navigate them with all the senior services available. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well. I'm Ken Haglind. Please stay with us.
SeniorCommunities.guide is your free online website to find housing, care, and resources for seniors in Minnesota. Use the powerful, award-winning search tool to quickly improve your search. You will have all the information you need to contact providers directly without any hassle. Start your search now at SeniorCommunities.guide and follow us on Facebook for interesting articles, helpful advice, and how older adults are changing the world.
SeniorCommunities.guide. Ryan here with locally owned Snap Construction. Hey. Too much snapping. I have an important message. Roofing, siding, insulation, and window material rates have come down considerably. Production is up. Best of all, there's still time to lock in one of the many great city, state, and federal home fix-up loans with rates as low as 0%. Some cities are even offering no repayment until you sell or refi. We don't expect these programs to last much longer. Snap to it and set up your no-obligation inspection quote for your roofing, siding, windows, or insulation job today. Your Snap Construction remodel expert can lay out all the options for your roofing, siding, window, insulation project, along with all rebates, incentives, and federal, state, and city financing programs that you qualify for. Call Snap Construction today, home of the lifetime craftsmanship warranty. For over the last decade, we are arguably the most well-reviewed roofing, siding, window, insulation contractor in in the Twin Cities. Don't take our word for it. Google us. Snapconstruction.com, 612-333-SNAP.
Overwhelmed trying to make sense of Medicare? As a licensed advisor, I can help you determine your healthcare needs and evaluate your options. I'm Harvey Pearl of Pearl & Company, and I want you to have the peace of mind knowing you have the best coverage available. You deserve an advocate you can trust and coverage you can rely on. And there's no fee, ever. Annual enrollment is October 15th through December 7th. Call me now at 651-303-8889 so we can strategize together.
Are you wondering what's going on with our real estate market right now? Then why not become a house geek? Hi, I'm Kirk Duckwall with Bricks Real Estate and host of the Twin Cities Real Estate Show here with your Market Minute. 4.86 is the average number of showings per week per listing in the median sale price range, and this is a key indicator of current demand in our marketplace. The median sale price is up by 8% over the same time last year, which is at about $297,000. The 30-year conventional interest rate is at around 3.33%. This is historically low and is virtually unchanged over last week. So what does this mean for sellers? Showing activity is slower than it was last year at the same time. However, due to the low inventory of homes for sale, activity is still showing it is a seller's market. For buyers, you are able to schedule showings with your realtor if you are taking proper precautions. Are you thinking about making a move? Then remember, you can check us out online anytime at housegeeks.com.
Welcome back, folks. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about ways to improve your health and quality of life. My name is Ken Haglind, and joining me today is Terry Eggan, Senior Real Estate Specialist, and his wife, Nancy Vest. They'll be talking with me about their passion for helping seniors and families who want to transition or downsize, as well as helping navigate the maze of senior services available today. All right, we're going to be answering several questions, hopefully in the next segment here. But before we do that, Nancy, if people have more questions, and I know they will, how do they get a hold of you and Terry?
Absolutely. They can call, first of all, 612-386-9309. They can call or text at that number. That would be directly to Terry. You can call anytime, or they can visit Terry Eggan, TerryEggan.com. That's our website. It's got contact information, helpful articles, a lot of interesting things that I think would be of use.
All right, fantastic. And you got Terry's big picture right on there. You got movie star looks.
He
Doesn't
does.
that, he should have his own do-it-yourself show, right?
He really should.
No, he's great.
He really should.
You guys
Thanks.
are great. He's what a great guy, and I appreciate you guys being on the show today.
Thank you.
And this is a show that we could probably have every week, just because so many people, the baby boom bubble is causing so much chaos because people are having to deal with transition, downsizing. I get the calls every week. Someone fell and broke their hip, couldn't do surgery. They can't live independently anymore. What are you guys planning for that? And of course, nobody has a plan for that.
Right.
You are very unusual to have built a home with basically another apartment basically built in your home, so you could help that cover that next that generation.
Yeah, and I think that's because of all the friends I had in the mixed nuts. Where I just had a lot of my friends are in their 80s.
Right.
And I'm not there yet. So,
well, before we get back to our conversation, I want to mention that the seniorcommunities.guide, folks, is your free online website to find housing, care, and resources for seniors in Minnesota. This powerful award-winning search tool at seniorcommunities.guide can help you quickly improve your search options. You'll have all the information you need to contact providers directly without any hassle. Start your search now at seniorcommunities.guide and follow the Senior Communities group on Facebook for interesting articles, helpful advice, and how older adults are changing the world. Seniorcommunities.guide. So that's the one thing, folks, you got to make sure it's not .com, it's seniorcommunities.guide. And my friend Julie Hamilton, who is the founder of that organization, does a great job of helping people navigate transitions. So if you're if you don't have a separate apartment built in your home like Terry and Nancy did, then use seniorcommunities.guide. All right. Well, let's continue talking about some of the questions and some of the things that you're running across when you go out there helping support families and people that are making these major life decisions. What are some of the things you're coming across and some of the topics that people want more information on?
Well, I think when older adults are thinking of moving, or having being forced to move, there are two general categories. I mean, there's more, but two general ones. That one category are the older adults who know what they're going to do. They're making a plan, and they're not as emotionally tied to making that move, whether it's downsizing or transitioning to assisted care or some kind of care. And then the other category are the ones that don't want to move, and it's very emotional and stressful for them to even consider doing that, and because their home is their security, and a lot of the things in their home are security. But you don't want to wait until it's too late either. I mean, I've had clients who've waited too long. One in particular, I get referrals from counselors because they know that I specialize in this, and went over to this one lady's home. And everything's at their pace. I don't rush people into anything. I have people that take 3 years to make a decision. On average, so it's about 6 months for sure. Yeah. But this woman, I went over and I just took my time with her, and she came walking into the room, and she could barely walk. Yeah. And I thought, okay, and she's by herself. Right. But she was in her home, which was her parents' home before that. And so I just eventually just said, you want to move before you have to move, before something happens. And so I kind of left it at that. And about a week or two later, I got a call from the social worker saying that she fell and broke her hip, and she's in the hospital. So I went and visited her in the hospital, and I could see her there. She was even with the broken hip, she was happier being there because she was being cared for. Right. And so we got her into, but because this all happened so fast, we had no place to put her, so she had to go where we could find a place. And not me, but I mean the counselors and the social workers. Mm-hmm. But I stay involved in that group with, when they have meetings. And so she was very unhappy with the place she first had, and she was just depressed. And then finally they found her a place where all her things could go there, and when her things got in that room, she was just like a whole new person. She gave me a big hug. She was happy, smiling. So I mean, that's the really fulfilling part of my work, gives purpose to my work.
Yeah. One of the things I think of with this, I know who this is, called one evening and just said to Terry, do you have my back? Because she was really alone, know. And he said, yes, I have your back. And that meant the world to her. And I think that's the thing about Terry. He's an advocate. He is watching over people. He treats his clients like family.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they have family, but in a lot of cases they don't.
Listen, I find that even at end of life, the family they may have is estranged, or they're just they live across the world, or it's amazing how you think there'd be a lot of support, but a lot of people go it alone, and that's when trouble happens.
And I've had the other side of the spectrum too, where there's a lot of kids, but only one will step up. Yeah. So it goes both ways. Yeah. And the thing is with, like, for that example there,
so many times we hear an event happens, a fall or a diagnosis or something, and many times the person literally cannot go back home. Right. No. I mean, that event happened unplanned, unforeseen, but they literally cannot go back home anymore.
That's what happened with this person. Yeah. And so, and then we have services we're connected with that referred to. They had to get rid of her stuff and try and talk to her to say what she wanted to keep, and the rest of the stuff had to just go.
Right, but she couldn't even be there, I bet.
She couldn't be there to pick things out even.
Right.
So they would take pictures and bring it to her in the hospital and say, do you want this, do you want this?
Sure, or you maybe FaceTime it or whatever, but it's it's a lot of work there. That's why we, our social work team, encourages people to start thinking through, are there things you want to give to somebody in particular, or, just it's a hard conversation because memories and emotions are all tied into these things.
Into the things.
And like you said, some of those precious things were really important to her to have in her new location. Right. But if nobody knew what those were, that could have been a lost situation.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, right. It's hard. Yeah, you don't even think about it.
No,
on how much happiness it does bring somebody.
Yeah, and we're very aware of that, and so we just do our best with what we have. Every situation is different.
Yeah.
And I would say that Terry, he really understands those emotional issues. He's had training as an SRES, but that said, it doesn't hold a candle to 16 years of taking care of your parents and seeing what kind of emotional issues arise, what kind of support's needed, and navigating that and learning what those services are. So all that really informs Terry's work.
And I don't want to scare people away from having their parents live with them. I mean,
oh, no.
I think you need to have separate quarters, definitely. Don't share kitchens and things like that. But it was so rewarding, and I got to be so much closer to my parents than I would have ever been. My siblings never got that close, just because of what we had, and gained a few pounds because my mother's cooking was always so.
Oh, there was a kind of a Camelot stage right in the beginning where we'd come home from work and she'd have one of her signature pot roasts, and she'd say, "Would you kids like a pot roast?" And we'd
or
be
apple
like,
pie
"Oh,
sitting on the buffet."
Or fabulous. Oh, she was a wonderful cook.
And I bet the home smelled really good too, right? When you walked in.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah. That didn't last just because she couldn't continue to cook at one point.
Right.
But we had wonderful memories, wonderful times.
My mother,
talking around the table.
A television station interviewed us once with my mother, and then they asked my mother, "Well, what would you do if you hadn't moved in with Terry and Nancy?" And she said, "Well, I guess we could have got a reverse mortgage."
And at the same time, his dad went to tears saying, "I don't know what we do." And his dad was a very gruff Norwegian,
general
stoic
contractor.
person.
Yeah,
sure.
And it was so interesting for us. He began to cry and say how much it meant to him. And she said, "Well, we could have just got a reverse mortgage."
She became stoic and he became emotional.
There's always reversals that happen in life. It's amazing, yeah.
We loved having them with us,
Yeah. Now, do you guys still live in that home that you built?
We do, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep, and my niece, who's handicapped, also kind of pitch in helping them.
Oh.
So we let her live in the apartment now.
Wow,
Yeah.
fantastic. Okay, so it's going to good use.
Yes.
All right.
It was awful when it was empty. We were so used to seeing their faces waving through the window, and I mean, it just really is funny how, we've been married so long and lived alone that I didn't know how it was going to work, and then we got so used to the fun of having them be there.
Yeah.
Their apartment was off our family room downstairs, and one night she came in, she didn't have her false teeth, and it just, oh my God, who is this person?
Yeah, we got to know them in a whole different way.
Sometimes more information than you want to know.
Well, I'm sure they really appreciated it. I mean, really to have someone who you trust and know to help just be there, because we find at end of life, people die because of isolation, loneliness, and boredom.
That's number one.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
And that was their fondest wish, to remain at home with us. There were other family members that wanted us to have them go to some other kind of living.
Yeah.
But we just fought for their last wish. We thought if we could deliver that to them, that would be.
And they both died at home.
I was going to just say, did they end up passing at home?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were both in hospice at the end, and
wow, that's
hospice
great.
is wonderful.
Well, thank you for that.
Yes, it really is.
Yeah,
that elevated care sometimes makes people live longer.
People should not hesitate getting services from hospice.
Well,
and I don't think
that.
they know that it's free.
No, that's why I started the show, as I told you guys, because there's so much misinformation about that. All right, we're hearing the music. We have one more segment left, folks. If you have a question for us, give us a call. Terry and Nancy would love to answer your questions. 952-946-6205. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Terry Eggan, Senior Real Estate Specialist, and his wife, Nancy Vest. We're talking about their passion for helping seniors and their families who want to transition or downsize, and to help navigate through the amazing senior services available today. All right, if you have a question, again, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well. I'm Ken Haglind. Please stay with us.
the difference of intergenerational childcare. Kinder Village brings together the wisdom and warmth shared freely by the older adults of Episcopal homes with infant to preschool-aged children. The goal? To provide each child with a safe, loving, and secure place that promotes learning and fun. Now is the time to enroll your preschooler in a place of endless learning and love. Kinder Village has earned the top 4-star rating from Parent Aware. The children enjoy arts and crafts, reading, story time, and playing games with their many grand friends. Teachers provide lessons in science, math, music, instrumental movement, language, and literacy. The campus kitchen prepares nutritional snacks as unique as the children it serves. Kinder Village Days mix free play and structured activities, allowing children to learn and grow in a flexible and diverse setting. Children who are part of intergenerational activities have better social skills, have less aggressive behavior, have improved learning, and find understanding of those with disabilities. For more information or to enroll, check out kindervillage.org.
The Senior Linkage Line is a free, statewide service of the Minnesota Board on Aging, helping older Minnesotans and caregivers find answers and connect to services and supports. Questions about Medicare, transportation, looking to move to senior housing, overwhelmed with prescription drug plans? Call the Senior Linkage Line at 800-333-2433 or visit trellisconnects.org, where we help people optimize well-being as they age. That's trellisconnects.org.
Now, more than ever, we are being faced daily with the topic of human mortality, and for many people, estate planning has been top of mind. Getting your estate planning done now can be easy and cost-effective. Schroman Law offers virtual options for initial consultations so that new clients can safely initiate the process. With many facing uncertain financial situations, Schroman Law also offers affordable fees for legal documents. Learn more at schromanlaw.com. That's SCHROMEN law.com.
Victor's 1959 Cafe on Grand Avenue is a little piece of Cuba right in South Minneapolis. All of your Cuban favorites are there, like the mango pancakes, sandwich cubano, eggs Havana, Cuban pork barbecue sandwich, and more. Victor's has their dining room open for seating with no reservations required. Plus, they still do takeout and delivery. So have a taste of authentic Cuban cuisine at Victor's 1959 Cafe, located off of 38th and Grand in South Minneapolis. More at victors1959cafe.com.
We use technology every day to help manage our lives. Why not use it to help manage your medications? St. Paul Corner Drug offers several free tools to keep you on track while taking your medications. Use our mobile app to quickly order a refill, or the Meds on Q application, which turns your smartphone or tablet into your very own personal medication attendant. Email and text messaging options let you know when your medication is ready for pickup, making efficient use of your time. St. Paul Corner Drug, pharmacy the way it should be.
Welcome back, folks. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about ways to improve your health and quality of life. My name is Ken Haglind, and joining me today is Terry Eggan, Senior Real Estate Specialist, and his wife, Nancy Vest. And we've been talking about their passion for helping seniors and their families who want to possibly downsize or transition to different housing arrangements, and also helping navigate the maze of senior services available. We'll be answering your questions today. If you have anything you want to get on the air, this is the last segment, folks. You want to call us at 952-946-6205, or you can text us at 612-999-3426. I want to mention, you guys heard me say this before, the Senior Linkage Line is a service provided in Minnesota here. It's a statewide service, and the Minnesota Board of Aging is helping Minnesotans and their caregivers find answers and help to connect to services and supports. If you have questions about Medicare, transportation, the need to help with household chores, looking for senior housing, overwhelmed with prescription drug plans, call the Senior Linkage Line at 800-332-433 or visit trellisconnects.org. Trellis, Trellis, connects.org, where you can find people that help you and help support your well-being as you age. That's trellisconnects.org. All right. let's make sure that people know how to get a hold of you, Terry. What's your phone number and website? And
Okay, they can reach me on my personal cell phone. That's 612-386-9309, or my website, terryeggan.com. That's TerryEggan.com.
all right. We've got a few minutes left in this last segment here. So I do want to make sure we talk about some of the things that you're running across and that I see in the marketplace. There's a lot of this quick cash buyers. They kind of, they jump on people's emotions a little bit and say, hey, we can just get this sold as is. Don't worry about things. No commissions, no anything.
Yeah, well, they say no open houses, no preparing your home,
Right.
all that stuff. But I just, they go by a number of different names, which we are not going to talk about. But they're basically buying your home probably 60% of the value on average. So they're taking all of your equity when they come in and say, don't put it on the general market. We'll just pay cash for it. They're in the business of making money off of your home. And I fear that, they might be pushing that on to seniors who are vulnerable and other people, but should never go with a quick cash buyer. Always put it on the general marketplace. You don't have to do open houses. I don't do open houses. Open houses are for realtors to get buyers to go buy something else. So you don't need to do that. But basically, they're just in the business of capitalizing on your downfall.
Well, and maybe your naivety too.
Yes.
I know a lot of times we have situations where mom breaks her leg or back or hip or something, or a diagnosis, and she can't go back home, and so the kids don't know what to do. So they just say, well, let's just sell mom's home, but they don't think through how to maximize the value of that transaction, and to find somebody who is a licensed agent who is ethically bound and statutorily bound to look out for your best interest.
So that has a fiduciary duty.
Exactly, rather than having somebody do it who does not have that obligation under Minnesota license law.
Right, and I even had to. This can fall into the foreclosure aspect too.
Sure.
I had two separate homeowners who both thought, well, they were just going to let their homes go. And they would have just walked away, because they were getting threats and all this stuff.
Right.
But I convinced them to put it on the market, and I made each of those people $30,000 that they walked away, that they weren't going to get at all doing where they were headed.
Right.
And I was just going to say, one of those people that really struck me had already spoken to one realtor who said, I'm not going to touch this with a 10-foot pole, and walked away from him. And so, that's the antithesis of Terry's. Like, if somebody's got a challenge, he's right there for it. With his years of experience, he knows how he can save people's equity and make them money, even in situations that sometimes look hopeless.
Yeah, so there are seniors who go to foreclosure too. So don't let it go. Give me a call, and I just want to make sure that people can call me anytime. There's no cost. I'm happy to consult with them on any issues they might be facing. Just feel free to give me a call.
Yeah, right. A consultation, you can do it by Zoom, by phone, in person,
by email. However you want to do it. And there's absolutely no pressure anywhere. I like I say, some clients I'm working with for 3 years.
Right.
So it's at their pace. They're going through enough as it is. They don't need any pressure from someone like myself.
Right. Well, and the fact of the matter is, you guys have a passion for helping others, and that's what makes the big difference. You want to do what's right for them, because we all know if we do what's right for them, they tell others, and the reward for good work is more work, and so it just helps to support the whole community.
And I'm vice president of the local Lions Club here, so our message is we serve.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Well, that's fantastic. We've got about a minute left here. What other advice can you give? I know people are concerned about, well, do I have to fix up the home? Do I need repairs?
No, this marketplace, no. Don't worry about it. Get a good realtor, if it's not me.
Right.
And have that person come out and look at the home. In today's marketplace, buyers are accepting a lot more without, they're accepting homes because there's nothing to pick from.
Right. Low inventory.
Yeah. And it's going to be this way for another couple of years, they say. So, but don't go spending money that you don't have to spend.
Right. And you don't know what the next person wants anyway. So you're trying to do something that may not be what that next buyer is looking for.
Yeah, and even in worst cases, they might sell a house a little less, but it's still going to be more than if you let somebody come in and buy dirt cheap cash.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. All right, well, let's remind our audience how to get a hold of you guys if they have questions or want more information. And again, a consultation is no cost or obligation.
No cost or obligation. No.
Yeah. So how do we get a hold of you guys then? What's your phone number and what's your website?
TerryEggan.com. You can look online or call Terry directly at 612-386-9309. Call or text 612-386-9309.
And that's your personal phone. You can call anytime, right?
Yes.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. Well, this has been great having you guys on the show. I want to thank Terry Eggan, Senior Real Estate Specialist, and his wife, Nancy Vest, for taking the time to talk to us about their services assisting seniors and their families who want to transition or downsize and help navigate the amazing senior services that are available to us these days. We hope you enjoyed today's show. Please contact us with any questions or comments you have regarding today's conversation. You can always reach me by phone or text at 612-999-3426. Please join us again next Saturday at noon for another live broadcast, and thank you for listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about your health and your life. Until next time, live well.